Time is running out on this season's Premier League, and so is our chance to win $50,000. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode, where it's our weekly Premier League show where we preview this weekend's games with an emphasis on our chance to win $50,000 over on the NBC Sports Predictor app. They give you 5 games. You got to correctly predict the result and the score for all 5 to take home that $50,000. If nobody can do it, they'll give away a guaranteed $1,000 prize to the group of people that can get the most points. 4 points right if you can get that result right, and 10 points if you get that correct score right. 5 good games going on this weekend. Let's jump on into it and break them down. All right, so the first game here is Manchester City versus Chelsea. Remind you guys that they played a few weeks ago in the FA Cup semifinal where Chelsea got a 1-0 win. I think this game is extremely tough to predict because of the fact that both of these clubs now made the Champions League final. And it's, one of two things. You either don't want to show your cards potentially and roll out maybe your A strategy on what you're going to then do in a Champions League, which is, the biggest game of, all these players and managers' life. Or do you want to maybe do that and get practice using that system to see if it'll work, to see what maybe modifications you'll maybe need to do for that Champions League game? So I think it's, one of those two things, like a dress rehearsal or something completely different. I think City will go with something completely different. They used Jesus in that FA Cup semifinal. So in doing so, they didn't put out their A lineup. And I mean when their A lineup is, they don't have a number 9. They've been running lately with De Bruyne, Foden, and Mahrez across the top, like a Gundogan, Fernandinho, or a Rodrigo in the middle, something like that. Basically a false 9. I think that is by far their A lineup that Guardiola has shown this season. So I think in this game, he may surprise them and maybe use 2 number 9s, because I don't think he wants to try out his A lineup and work and let Chelsea get 90 minutes up against that A lineup. So I think maybe he uses 2 number 9s. I think maybe you'll see Aguero and Jesus come in this lineup, and then you'll see Sterling come into this lineup too, because for whatever reason he didn't play against PSG. He's just not part of that A squad currently right now. Sterling isn't. So I'm going to think that maybe he's going to use 2 number 9s. Meanwhile, Chelsea, I think they play this straight up. They're going to try out their best lineup, the lineup that they give themselves the best chance to win, because they're in a top 4 fight. You can't rely on winning that Champions League final to get Champions League football, so you need to keep getting points in the Champions League. So this game matters so much more to Chelsea, where City can kind of treat this really any way they want. I mean, they can play this just so many different ways, just due to where they're in first place. They're going to wrap up the league, whether it's this weekend or next weekend, the title will be there. So what I do know is this is going to be low scoring. I mean, Chelsea games in general, low scoring. They've had 24 games up under Thomas Tuchel. 21 of those 24 games have seen under 2.5 goals happen. Again, 1-0 in that FA Cup semifinal. So the only thing I'm confident in is it being a low scoring game. And I am confident that Chelsea can get a result. Whether that's Chelsea getting a win or Chelsea getting a draw, I like it low scoring. I like Chelsea get a result. I tell you, I am really torn between a 1-0 Chelsea win or a 1-1 result. In the end, I picked a 1-1 draw. Whatever City does, I think it'll be different than that FA Cup semifinal. I think that difference, they maybe catch Chelsea off guard, will nick a goal. But I just think Chelsea, is obviously, I just think they may be the better team right now. They are just playing unbelievably well. Can't wait for that Champions League final. But I just think their drive to, get points, they need to get, that into that top 4, keep solidifying their spot in that top 4. Yeah, I'm gonna see this one a 1-1 draw, but like I said, it was awfully tough picking a 1-1 draw and a 1-0 Chelsea win. All right, here, so for the next matchup, we got Villa versus Manchester United. I am going to expect Manchester United's A lineup. Look, we know they played, Thursday night there against Roma in the Europa League. They obviously got this matchup Sunday against Villa. They've got Tuesday against Leicester, and then they've got Thursday going on against Liverpool. And United still needs to get points. They sit second place, relatively comfortable, but it's not sewn up by any imagination. But you can play your A lineup on Thursday, Sunday. That's easily done. They've done that a bunch of seasons, and so have a lot of other teams. And I think you're going to see the A lineup against Villa, because then they've got Leicester, which is a little bit of an unknown. I mean, Leicester, knocked them from the FA Cup a few weeks ago, so it's not a guarantee that they're going to get any points from that game. Maybe they get 1, maybe they get 3, but you can count on beating Villa, and you need to beat Villa. You need to get 3 points. So if they put their A lineup out against Villa, a B lineup up against Leicester, then they can try out this A lineup up against their, the biggest English football game of the calendar year every single year, which is Manchester United versus Liverpool. So this gives them the opportunity for an A lineup against Villa and an A lineup against Liverpool. So and if they do that, you're going to get a Manchester United win. They've been in phenomenal form. Their last league loss is January 27th. They are playing really, really well. They've been impressive. I know Villa was impressive, beating Everton 2-1 last week, and that was really impressive because Everton was fighting for more. Everton's fighting for that European football, so do give Villa credit. That was a nice win last week, but United has conceded the third less amount of goals, just behind City and Chelsea, while scoring the second most goals. This United team is having a really, really good season. I'm going to expect a lineup. That's what makes this contest so tough, is you can't, change picks before games start. It's obviously they lock when that first game starts, but I'm going to expect Manchester United's A lineup. If the A lineup shows up, give me a 2-0 win for United. That's how I'll see this one unfolding, 2-0 for United. All right, for the next one here, we've got West Ham versus Everton, another good matchup. I told you this slate had some really good matchups because both of these clubs, are fighting high, or fighting for that top 4 spot, and Everton, for Europa League spot. After flying high and being tripped up, West Ham, they've bounced back against Burnley. They stumbled, and now they got a nice win there against Burnley. So they did what they needed to. You got to beat a Burnley team, especially if you're fighting for top 4, and that's what West Ham did. So a good 2-1 victory there. Everton, like I just said, against Villa, they missed a chance. I mean, if you want to be in European football, you've got to beat Aston Villa. I mean, Villa's a good team, mid-table, but they didn't have Jack Grealish. That was an opportunity that Everton showed me that they've got a little bit of weakness. They've got a vulnerability because they were just fighting for so much more in that game, and yet they couldn't pull off the win. If you look at the home table, which is whatever West Ham is home, West Ham's a second. If you looked at home table, West Ham would be in second place. This is a good team. They're tough to break down. West Ham won the reverse fixture 1-0. I expect them to do the double on Everton, get the season sweep. Give me a West Ham 2-1 win. Next matchup we got here is Arsenal versus West Brom. Look, before Thursday night's Europa League contest, you would have thought that the Premier League didn't matter to Arsenal and it was all about the Europa League. Well, now they've bowed out of the Europa League, and now it's all about the Premier League, and they have an attempt. They have an attempt to keep the pressure on Liverpool for that all-important 7th place Europa League spot. 7th place doesn't automatically qualify for the group stages. It goes to a qualification round rather than going immediately to the group stages. So 7th place does matter. Arsenal can put a little bit of pressure there on that team if they can get a win. West Ham has a brutal run in. They know they're going to go down. They're definitely going to go down. They just got a brutal rundown. So with Chelsea on deck against Arsenal, they need these 3 points. I mean, Arsenal's got Chelsea next. They need 3 points if they got any chance of getting that all-important 7th place for Europa League. I think Arsenal can get the job done. Give me an Arsenal 3-1 win up against West Brom. And then the last matchup we got here is Fulham versus Burnley. Look, this is a must-win for Fulham, obviously. I mean, must win. They're in 18th place. If they want any chance of not being relegated, you have to beat Burnley. But I think there's no way Burnley loses this game. I've on my real betting show, my daily sports betting show, I'm a Burnley fan. Burnley has made us money throughout the course of this season. I cannot see Burnley losing this game. I can't do it. Burnley is the better team. Burnley's going to show Fulham that we're the Premier League team every season. We don't yo-yo up and down the Premier League. We are a Premier League club. We may struggle. We may be in some relegation fights from time to time, but we are a Premier League club, and you're not. You're going back down to the Championship. The last 3 head-to-heads have seen a draw and 2 Burnley wins. Go ahead and give me a Burnley win. I'm going to see Burnley winning this game 2-0. All right, guys, that's how I'm doing it for a chance to win $50,000. Only a few more chances. Hopefully I've been helpful to you on this week's contest. Go ahead and hit that like button. As always, I wish you good luck on your picks, and we'll see you on the next contest. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.